The secret stuff, SeaMoss, brought to you by Donnie McLeese. Here to take care of every need from inflammation to infections to erections. Yeah, sex drive, libido, anything else regarding the bedroom. Allow us to help you dispel mucus while giving you all of the vitamins and minerals you need to either start your way into a healthy life or continue on that path. You be doing your body a huge service by adding this to your diet and daily self-care regimen. Shop with us at TSSCMoss.com and get 20% off when you enter the code PABROS.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Imagine smoking weed in the streets without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle, cruising blue behind my waters. No welfare supporters. More conscious on the way we raise our daughters. Days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all going eventually. Trooping out of state for a plate. The knowledge, if coke was cooked without the garbage, we all had the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing. Fashion, designer clothes. Lacing your click up with diamond rolls. Your people holding dough, no parole, no rubbers. Go on raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind. I take a glimpse into time, watch the blimp read the world is mine. If I ruled the world,
imagine that.
Boom, boom.
I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. Could it be? If you could be mine, we both shine.
If I ruled the world.
Still living for today. And these last days of time. It'll be paradise, life, relaxing.
Black Latino and Anglo-Saxons. I don't know the rest. Cash.
Hey, they actually hated Nas for that record. That's the spooky part.
Who's they?
The people, because he came from Illmatic, which was like a real hip hop ish, grimy type of album.
Oh, they wanted the same shit
and
that he gave them
right.
before time.
They wanted that, so this was like a sellout Nas when he did "I Ruled the World," which is
he was
crazy.
talking about real shit though.
That's a fact.
That nigga said, "Imagine law with no undercovers. Ain't Facts. No sellout in that."
Imagine like if I ruled the world, my nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah, like what's wrong with that? But
let's get into it. Hey. I'm your host, co-host, half of the podcast brothers, Flaw 700, a.k.a. Flaw Claw Van Dam, a.k.a. Flaw Cigar. Oh, shit.
Damn, boy.
A.k.a. your boy, Thumb Something Gordon.
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? You know who the boy is. It's your guy, Fresco Fame. Still don't know which username is which platform, but Fresco Fame on Twitter or social or Instagram, or Fresco Famous on Instagram and Twitter also.
And we are the podcast brothers, and this is episode 190.
Oh, 10 away from 2.
Mm-hmm.
10 away from 2. Crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yo, COVID messed a lot of stuff up. We going to have the live show, 200 episodes.
Yep, that was the plan.
I'm kind of glad, though, because my anxiety, man. I can't.
Anxiety of what?
I hate live shit. I don't like it.
Oh, man. I like scared. I was looking forward to it. The first one, I was a little nervous, but not really. So the second one would have been
well, it's like
walking home.
With the show, of course it would have been. Of course, because you know what you did wrong. You knew what you did right. And
I didn't do anything wrong.
Man, you and Kayla damn near got to it. Like, I'm looking at them two like, y'all niggas about to fight on the podcast. It's a live show.
I didn't do anything wrong.
But just looking back at the live show, it would have been less interaction with the people and just a regular show. And the crazy part about it is that was the goal. Just do a show. You know, you overthink how you want to do your podcast.
Nah, I think it's supposed to have crowd interaction.
But I'm saying do your regular show. I think
we did though. You don't think so? I think we had our topics, and we had, people from the crowd give their input on the topics we discussed. Not everybody in the crowd, just a few people.
I just remember always stopping myself to, look into the crowd, and the people was talking like, "Yo, what you think? Come here." That's what I mean. It's like just do our show. Let them have a thing, but stay out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stay in the crowd. Y'all can see what y'all want because that's what you want. The topics are good if you got people talking. So they're good. I don't remember what we talked about on the episode. Mm-hmm. I just remember the interaction was crazy. And, I just think that if we did another live show, we would just do our show. Basically, how we going to run this is how we would run that.
I don't see a difference, honestly. I don't know the difference between you saying our show and what actually happened. But, I still think it'll be dope.
I'm my biggest critic, so maybe I'm...
You know what? Overthinkers piss me off, man. Overthinkers piss me off. Y'all niggas don't let shit be at all.
What are you talking about?
Just overthinkers. Always just.
Yeah, I'm basically saying we had a live show before. What could I do to improve it? Maybe less fan interaction, fam. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Why would you want less interaction?
Because
that's the case. We don't need nobody there.
No. I'm saying, to me, maybe you didn't do this, maybe I did it, but in the middle of me explaining on what I was talking about in the podcast, I would stop and let the people in the audience, say what they had to say instead of talking. It's not like me and you went back and forth and then we say, hey, any questions? That's different. But if me and you like, yo, Fresco, I think, oh, what you think? Come here. I didn't even get my shit off. I just let the audience come up and they just start taking over.
Oh, well, I think that's your fault.
All right, so I'm saying
I spoke exactly what I wanted to say.
And I'm saying doing differently, me and you will finish our segment and then we go, hey, what you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's different. I think that works.
Oh, so you would just want more structure to it.
There you go. That's all.
All right. I feel you.
People say they had a good time. That's what matters, but I'm like, it's me. So maybe I am the overthinker, but I just wanted to be good. I wanted to be right. I wanted to be perfect. As good as it can be. So
what is perfect?
It's not it probably never be perfect. Nothing would ever be perfect, honestly.
Yeah, but people always say they want it though. But
well, that's why I just corrected myself.
No, I'm not saying you right now. I'm just taking that and applying it to a conversation. But people always say it's got to be perfect. It's got to be this. But you never had perfect before, so how the fuck you know what perfect is in this moment? Even if something goes wrong, it could still be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me.
But once again, everybody enjoyed it. I mean,
I had a bomb at this time.
It was a dope time. So before we get into the episode, man, how's your mental health? How was your week?
My week was cool. Still just going back and forth to the hospital. Spent a lot of time in Philly. It's my goddamn second home, unfortunately. Shout out to Philly though. I never really had a choice in spending the amount of time in Philly that I had, but just having to, make sure certain shit was done. So I'll be in Philly a lot. Shout out to Kayla, man. Kayla told me earlier too. I was talking to her. I was going to get. She said infused wings. I definitely was going to grab some, but she got a lot going on and she got a lot of orders to fulfill. So I'm probably going to get some later this week. But she told me that we acted funny on it because we ain't hit her up since we started recording again. I was like, well, first of all, you worked that out with my brother because I never hit your ass up and said nothing. Like, yo, come through this week. Like, you can't get in contact with him. I probably told you. But for the most part, it was this nigga telling you when it was going down and when it wasn't. So holla at him, Kayla. It's not me, I promise. But
first off, we just got back in Starbucks.
Hey, listen, don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you, bro. All I know is I was under pressure and I sold you out.
Yeah, I bet. We just got back into the box.
Up Shik's Creek without a paddle. That's where I sent you. But so my week's been good. Just making sure my daughter's good in Philly. Just going through the motions of making sure she has everything she needs, understanding everything that the doctors is telling us, and making sure my girl's straight at home. Other than that, man, my son is good. Same old, man. We just trying to make it to the end of 2020, which seems like we're never gonna fucking get there. But it's coming. We got a few months left. I'm doing pretty good, though. I've been having back spasms all week. Yo, this shit is the worst, bro.
No, talk about it. I woke
oh my God,
earlier in the week. I had a hip issue. I was limping. And it went away just by me. Like yesterday, I was like, yo, is my hip good? It just went away. Like it was there, so I got used to the pain. I got used to limping. And then the next day, it was after a few days of it, it was boom.
You better take your ass to the doctor.
And then headaches off and on. Like, so I've been battling pains all week.
Oh, that's trash.
Last night I had one watching Power. I was mad. I couldn't really get into it because I had a headache. Like, crazy out of nowhere.
That does suck. But back spasms are definitely trash, bro. It's like I can't reach for something too quick, and my muscles are like convulge. I can't think of the word that they say, but it's like them shit they start to constrict. Oh, I don't know if I'm saying the right word. Whatever it is, but that shit hurt. And I can't really take a deep breath sometimes, or if I'm doing something while my back is bothering me, it gives me short breath. I got to take quick rapid breaths and shit. I can't really turn my head too quick without that. It's a lot, man. So I just been kind of, staying in one spot. Thank God this recliner chair is in the man cave, is because now I got the excuse not to get the fuck up if I don't want to. My back hurt. I ain't going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just been trying to make sure I'm good. I shout out to Penrose, man. My homie Penrose, he hit me up the other day. Told me some remedies that he uses for his back spasms to counteract them shit. So shout out to the homie, man. I'm definitely going to steal that method and see what happens. If my shit get worse because of what you told me, I'm fucking your back up even more. I'm telling you right now.
These are the days that I talk about where people say, hey, why do you get up so early to work out and you do what you do? And I tell people, because one day I just won't be able to do it. You get to a certain age where things start to break down. And now we're experiencing pains out of nowhere. Like, what did I do wrong?
Well, I know why this is lingering injuries from a car accident.
Okay.
So that shit is always going to be there.
Okay. How is my?
Yeah, you just old, bro. Don't
Okay.
Don't push that shit off on me. I'm still pretty youthful over here.
Yeah.
I was fucked up in a car accident. I sued the pants off that nigga.
Now you say that,
Los Pantalones, nigga.
You say that, but then there was a time where you agreed with me later on in life, and it is what it is. Where I said in your 30s you start to. I forgot what I said, but you came back like a few years later and said, "Oh, Flaw, you're right."
I was bullshitting. That was just for conversation on the podcast. My shit is fine. But.
No. Anyways, how's my mental health and weak yaks? Well, besides the nagging aches and pains and, just learning how to lose so I can win. It's been a rough September, has been rough financially. And sometimes when you gamble, and
you lose.
Yeah. Sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're learning how to lose so you can win. And what I mean by that is I canceled so many things this month, and it probably saved me about $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is when you're doing it, when you have like $100 invested in that, 100 in that, in a sense you got it, because it's only you're not really counting all in one until you go, well, if I cancel this and cancel that, let me add this together. How much a month am I actually $1,000? Okay, cool. So in a sense of, had I would have been winning, I would have been reckless with the money anyway. So you really wouldn't have saw it.
All right.
So now it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. So when I get back on my feet, this situation won't happen again. There's no excuse for me to be in the situation that I'm in except for a lesson learned. Like, you have to learn how to lose in order to win. I got that from Michael Jordan. There's a quote from him. Before he won his 6, he got his ass beat. He knew what it was like. That age-old question, would you want to come into the league with your first chip, first year? You know what I'm saying? And not really grind for it, or do you want to go out like, like Jordan and LeBron? You know what I'm saying? Like, like those players.
I want that shit first year, man.
First year?
No minutes on the court.
What's that one player? He played for Golden State for 2 years.
Quinn Cook.
Yeah.
He
3 years in a row. He won 3 championships.
I'll be Quinn Cook. Yep.
He won 3 championships.
Average of 0 minutes.
His first
0
3
points.
seasons. And like, for somebody with his career, they made it be known that this is his first season not in the finals. And normally, if this was any other player, it wouldn't have been a headline. But yeah, my son turned 19 this week. I actually have a grown man fan. He's a grown man.
Yeah. How does it feel to have a grown man as a son?
It's unreal. It doesn't hit you yet.
I can't imagine.
It doesn't hit you. It doesn't.
When you look at him, you still see that kid. You still see the little boy.
Yeah, but technically that's a grown man.
Yeah, he is definitely grown. He taller than me.
Technically, that's a grown man. Yeah. So y'all pray for me, man. 19.
Nah, he's a good kid though.
He's a good kid.
Ain't gonna have to.
But the love and the care don't stop. See, the older they get, the more freedom you give them. Now you have less input on what's happening. So
yeah, I mean that's just a testament to him being raised correctly, so that you don't have to shadow every single step he makes.
It still brings some.
But you're still gonna need him though.
It's still some type of anxiety though, because once again, he's free. Like you're actually technically an adult. You not
answer your phone calls.
He don't have to answer.
He can leave town, not tell you left.
He doesn't have to do anything.
All that shit. He gets somebody pregnant. Fuck you, Dad. It's my baby.
Yeah,
I'm having my own life.
That's a fact.
Son got to have a life too.
So even though he's 19, like imagine your kid being 17, and then the next day they're technically grown. It's like, how do you go from like 24 hours technically? I can't say anything. Like, I get it, black people. You're under my roof, my rules. But even that changes a little bit. There's still an adult you're talking to.
I can leave and not tell you where I'm going. You feel me?
But as an adult,
I'm out.
if it's your house, you might want your doors locked at a certain hour. You can't really get that. Can you get away with that with an adult? I want my doors locked by 11 p.m. I'm a grown ass man.
And second of all, I got a key. Bitch, go ahead and lock it. I'm gonna unlock this motherfucker when I'm ready to come in. The fuck?
Oh man, hey. We got a few new segments, right? Not new, but we're going to actually switch up the fuck is you doing segment. We actually going to nominate a few people, and we're going to run down the nominations, and we're going to actually count down till we get to the end, and we're going to see who actually wins the award for fuck is you doing this week. So with that being said, let's run down the nominees for fuck is you doing.
All right, so off the bat, we got. Is it a country? We got the whole country of Vietnam. Yeah, I won't say why just yet, but we got the whole country of Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Don't tell them why.
Yeah.
We got Vietnam.
We have Bryson Tiller.
We have Bryson Tiller.
We have Time Magazine.
Time Magazine.
And we have Tory Lanez.
And we have Tory Lanez.
I feel like there's one missing.
It is one missing.
Hold on.
It is one missing. It is one. I thought we had 5. If 4 is still good, it don't matter.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's 5.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the ones.
4.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Let's nominate another one. Kamala Harris.
Oh, that's right. That was the other one. I forgot about her.
Kamala Harris, number 5.
Yeah, number 5, Kamala Harris. All right. So I'm just do this one off the top because I feel like it can be addressed like right away, and it's not much of a big deal. But Time Magazine. Yeah. Let me holler at you niggas. So every year, Time Magazine releases the 100 most influential people, in the country or the world or whatever. And, they put them in the list. I think they break the list down into categories like entertainers, politics, and shit like that. So we have a long list. I want to read some of the names on this list, actually, just to help what I'm trying to say here. All right. So we have... All right, so the list goes, pioneers, artists, leaders, titans, and icons. Some of these individuals, some of the names on this list, why the fuck is my shit not scrolling?
That's how it always works. Whenever you need it,
right.
It doesn't work.
Dumbass shit. He's doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got Megan Thee Stallion was on the list. Giannis Antetokounmpo was on the list. The Weeknd, Michael B. Jordan, a bunch of names that I cannot pronounce. Just giving y'all a few just to give you a heads up of the type of individuals they have on this list. Donald Trump, motherfucking Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, Tyler Perry, Amy O'Sullivan, Angela Davis, bunch of names, right? Bunch of names. And I'm pretty sure each of these individuals have done their fair share of work to get recognized as one of the 100 most influential people in the country or the world off this list. But how the hell do you have Giannis Antetokounmpo on a top 100 most influential list and no LeBron James?
So he didn't make the list at all.
At all. I think that's blasphemy. Now, I want to make this clear. Yes, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm more of a Lakers fan than a LeBron James fan. I know that there's a stigma that follow LeBron's fans. They call them, what they call them? LeBron sexuals, some shit like that. There's people that just like in love with LeBron and agree and argue all the points that he's ever done. I'm not one of them niggas, right? But I do feel like LeBron has been snubbed or talked left wing about more so than, give his credit being given to him ever since he got injured last year and really couldn't give the Lakers a full season due to being injured. But, bro, none of those names that I read were more influential than LeBron James. I'm sorry, do any of those niggas have their own school?
LeBron James is top 5,
Like,
if not number 2.
He's one of the most influential people.
Was it just 100 or just a top?
It's just 100.
Okay.
It's just 100 people. The
LeBron
top 100
is
people. That LeBron is definitely worthy of being mentioned of top 100 most influential people. I'm sure there's an individual on that list that could get taken the fuck off to put LeBron on there.
I don't recall what actually happened, but if I'm correct, especially when it came back to the NBA returning to play basketball. The front man in that, the voice, the person people wanted to talk about or interview was LeBron. Every time LeBron does an interview before or after a game or during practice,
he's the face of the league. Right?
He's the face of the league. And with this situation, every time there was a interview before a game, after a game, or during practice, he was mentioning Breonna Taylor. He was mentioning the injustice going on in America. They look for him to lead, the NBA.
I never heard Giannis say shit about none of that.
Well, they were part of the Milwaukee. He's part of the Milwaukee team that actually boycotted.
Yeah, but I never heard Giannis say shit about none of that.
Correct. Individually, he might have said it because I think they asked them all. So I'm going to say that he might have said something in the process of them all saying something.
Right.
But then there's one figure that just stands out all the time, and that's LeBron James. And also with a situation where I think officers was shot, and one of the chiefs or the sheriffs asked LeBron James to match his donation.
To match the effort by the police to find who shot the...
And if that ain't telling you...
you know what I'm saying? That this nigga got influence.
Right. If that's not telling you that this guy is on everybody's mind, maybe LeBron James can help.
Right.
Who are you?
Even the UFC nigga. I'm so tired. Kobe Covington. I'm so tired of these fake woke athletes like LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be hard waking up and putting his shoes on, bro. LeBron handles himself with such grace. I would have been cursed all those motherfuckers out, bro. Like, I probably would have got into a fight and everything if I was LeBron. Mm-hmm. But, So, yeah, Time Magazine, for not having LeBron James, is one of the most 100 influential individuals on the planet. Yeah, somebody fucked up on that list.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Y'all get the, what's this?
What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Fuck are you doing, man?
So for those that, you're following, that Times Magazine actually didn't win the award for Fuck Is You Doing. It was nominated, but you didn't get it. Stay tuned as we...
The award for the perfect dummy will go out today.
And we're going to keep running off the list.
Factory.
Now, Michael Jackson's cousin is auctioning off his alleged blood-stained IV drip.
How we even know this Michael Jackson cousin?
Allegedly.
How we even know it's his blood?
Allegedly. It's alleged. It's alleged. His IV drip. Crazy thing about it is, there are people who will
buy that shit.
Will buy it.
I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this man's IV drip. What I'm supposed to do with that shit? Where do I put it for souvenir storage?
If you're a mad scientist, you might think you can clone Michael Jackson.
Oh my God.
You might think you could clone
Michael Jackson been being imitated for years. We don't need an official clone of Mike.
Depending on what you believe in, depending on what movies or what books you read, you can drink the blood of somebody and become it. You just don't know what people are thinking of. That's right there. It's $1 billion. That's $1 billion blood stain.
That sound like a bad Twilight script. Like that shit sound like.
That just goes to show you that no matter how much money one person might have, there's always somebody in the family who feels left out. First of all, how did you even... Anyways, there's a lot to really unpack with that.
So you telling me when Mike died, he was like, hey, get my IV drip to Lil June June. Make sure he know what to do with that.
How did this alleged cousin get the IV drip? Like how?
That's crazy.
But anyways...
It's a lot of them, though. They got a big-ass family, so who knows? But he probably stole that shit at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And when you have a big family, some people get left out. I don't care how much money you make. Not everybody, you can't take care of everybody in your family.
Or I could help you to an extent, and after that initial help, like your help is dried up. Like your resources are depleted, bro. I'm not helping you again.
Those are your kids. That's your husband. That's your wife. That's your house. I'm not going to be paying for all of your stuff. You have to provide. But with that being said, it's got me to thinking, because people sell shit all the time. But what did you ever have to sell because you needed money? Something that was precious to you. You remember?
My Xbox. I sold one before. Yeah. I said, I need this cheese, bro. And I only got like 3 games anyway, and I beat them all. It's hard for me to buy games. Like, I got to really, really like the game in order to buy that shit.
Yeah.
Especially when them shit's coming $60. Like, I'm looking for the $20, $25, maybe $30 games. But when shit's first drop, it just be like $60, $70. I ain't really beat for paying that much for a video game that I'll play, but only so often, and then get tired of it.
And you shouldn't, because you know how pissed I get when I'm like, yo, it's midnight, the new game dropped, $62.
And you got to wait 40 hours for it to download?
Next month, they got a 60% sale on.
Oh, right.
And somebody in the bunch.
Right.
You can buy a fresh game for $30.
Yep. A month later.
a whole month later because it's
true.
Christmas or something.
That is true.
I be hating that shit.
Games don't get old either. So if Grand Theft Auto just came out last year, you could buy that shit again today, and it'd still be as popping as it was last year.
I don't know why basketball and football drop new games every year. All they had to do was upload, like
the new roster. Yeah,
just give me
maybe
update.
new graphics or features. Maybe they got new park features. Or
but they can do that through
career
update.
features. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
I've been playing Mortal Kombat 11, and like every few months they update the game to where like it's a whole new game, new characters, new boards, everything. It's updated.
What else you ever had to sell something?
Yeah,
to
man.
Keep your pockets afloat. What you had to sell?
Yeah, man.
That ass?
No, never. Never. I bought a TV and it was from Samsung. The TV was like close to $2,000, I think, because it's one of them things. It was one of them boys, like one of them official tissues.
Hold up.
But the problem be when you try to sell your TV, Walmart sells like knockoff versions of them. So if I bought a Samsung TV from Samsung, but you bought a Samsung TV from Walmart, it's not the same thing. So I know I paid $2,000, close to $2,000 for this TV, but I need money. So I'm like, boom.
What's his name? I need money.
So I put it on the market for $800. Now I'm taking the big loss. $800. I'm losing. But let me make this quick $800 real quick. You know how many people hit me up and say, yo, fam, I can get this TV from Walmart for like $300. Let me get it for $250.
Wow.
This is not
I'd
that
have
TV.
just kept my shit.
Well, I was in the bind.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
I'm in the bind. And I'm sitting here, first off, you know how I feel about my televisions. So to actually have to depart with this because of mistakes that I've made financially hurts. So now I'm being lowballed like crazy because Walmart is selling cheap brands of the TV I'm trying to sell. So I'm trying to hustle like, yo, listen, I get it, but Walmart don't sell nothing like this. They're just looking at the name of the TV. You know how many times I'm at Walmart and I be seeing wild people with 65-inch TVs in their cart thinking it's a come up? That's not a dope TV, fam. It's a big TV, but I'm telling you, Walmart.
Not only that, but the TVs on display at Walmart, I don't think are the ones that they sell in the box because the resolution and the contrast on them TVs on display be feeling like straight movie theater action.
And then when you
get home, it's like you trying to turn up the brightness, you trying to turn down the contrast. Like, no, it's not the same, bro. It's not the same TV. I ain't buying no. I've only ever bought TVs from Best Buy. I've never bought a TV from anywhere else.
Yeah, so I've done that, and I've taken wild losses, man, to where it hurts you to have to sell it because you made some mistakes. I've had to sell my wrestling belts. I've had to sell. What else have I sold?
You sold them belts?
Yeah, I had to sell the belts, man.
Damn.
I need money. So
I sold mad sneakers before. Like I sold like good ass shoes.
Out of I need or just like I ain't wearing these no more.
Oh, I need because I wanted them shits. I wanted them shoes, but I knew I could get a decent penny for some of them, and I did too. I think I had a whole tub of sneakers that I wasn't wearing. You know those tubs that you get from Walmart from storage?
Yeah,
I had one of those full of sneakers, like full, and a couple ones in the box. I sold all of them.
Yeah,
so I needed that cheese, man. And I sold a TV before too. I needed that cheese, man.
Shit hurts, man.
You know
I'm not lying to you. Like,
I ain't missing no TV. Fuck it. I'll go downstairs and watch.
Nah, it's the principle of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's get into our.
Once you realize you don't need something, like
no, you need it. You just need something else. You need the money.
I mean, but honestly, if I didn't have a TV in the house, I would find something else to do to occupy my time.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't just be sitting around like looking at the wall where the TV used to be. Like, what the fuck am I doing myself?
Let's get into our next partner. Support for the podcast, brothers, is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They're obsessed over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Visit manscaped.com and receive 20% off when you use promo code PODBROS.
You did?
Hey, SeaMoss and Manscaped, you put them together, man. You got you a nice-looking piece with some working equipment. Put them just together.
Take care of yourself, fellas.
SeaMoss helps with the libido. Manscaped makes it look a little prettier.
Take care of yourself,
Fuck
fellas.
with us.
Feel me? Take care of yourself and look good even when nobody can see.
What else we got on the list?
All right. Next up, I'm going to go with the fuck is you doing runner-up as Bryson Tiller.
Talk to me.
Bryson the fuck Tiller. Wow. All right. So I'm not a follower of his tunes. I do know that I believe his debut album was called Trap Soul. Pretty good work. He had the song in there. Everybody talk down. Decent record, right? Nice record. He had a buzz off it. I actually saw him in concert at Summer Jam that year. That album was at its peak, and it was it was a good piece of work. He did a decent job performing. So recently, Bryson Tiller re-released his debut album. Yeah, like a deluxe version. Cool, right? I mean, well, I guess. But this shit is the same exact album as his debut album with the addition of only 3 songs. And this is the first piece of music he's released individually or solo projects since his debut album. So let me get this shit straight. You're going to tell me that this album was released 5 years ago? 5, maybe 6 years ago? In between 4 and 6 years ago, something like that. And you did numbers, you did your thing. Good work. No work comes in between that. And then now you give us the same album with 3 extra songs. You gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. We don't go to the store and buy CDs no more. We stream that shit. So without you re-releasing, you could have re-released those 3 songs and maybe an additional 4 with those songs and had a whole nother EP and still had your debut album, available for streaming, which it is, because I can go to that shit without listening to it, without the addition of 3 songs, and still get the same vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what the idea was behind, re-releasing the same album with 3 additional songs, but yeah, that's not what's popping right here, bro.
I was going to say Lil Wayne just redropped the Carter 5 with...
It's not the same songs, though.
11, no, but it has like 10, 11 new songs, and then the album follows. Mm-hmm. Which is cool because it makes you feel like you listen to a whole new album. Right. You don't have to go into the rest of Carter 5. You listen to those 10, 11 records and feel complete. This music industry today is crazy.
It's lazy.
I was thinking lazy too.
Lazy.
Maybe his debut album didn't do the numbers that he thought he would do, but the gap in between is pretty crazy. He just could have released those 3 records. Now I know there's some smarty pants out there sitting around who knows the game, who knows the business.
He couldn't release the Stills 3 records because he has a contractual obligation.
And that's why I'm glad I podcast and I'm not in the music industry, because the music industry is stupid. I don't want no parts of it, man.
Weird shit.
Doing, bro?
Take that album back. We don't want to hear that same shit all over again. I'm good. You don't, motherfucker.
If your wife died,
holy shit,
would you sleep with her identical twin? Who wouldn't?
How long was we married?
You're hurt. You're not.
Hurt is different after 1 year as opposed to 15.
You guys have been together. Well, how long they've been married didn't come into the equation. It's just you're really here's my scenario. Your wife has passed and you are hurt, and the family consoles each other. Her twin is hurt, and you console each other. But you're so hurt that the twin is identical to your wife, and you just want a part of your wife. The sister you both have been consoling each other for so long that you guys have grown to love each other.
Nah, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good. I can get some pussy from somewhere else. I ain't gonna have this shit messy. I'm thinking my wife can see me from heaven and shit. It's like, you fuck with my sister, nigga, I'm gonna kill your ass in your sleep. Like I really think spirits of people that you spend significant time with be like around you as you live your life. And when you hear somebody call you and you turn around, ain't nobody there, it be them. Like that's your guardian angel telling your ass to take a step back. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because I think it's just weird. Although they are identical twins, and I brought up the amount of time because if they was married if I'm married to my wife for 1 year and my wife passes away, then maybe my relationship or my friendship with her family isn't like that strong for me to be around them like that to kind of share my grievances. But if we were together for a long period of time, like 10 years, and I've had hella interactions with her family members outside the family, that makes them like more like family, and I'll be more inclined to be like, like, nah, that's just weird. Like you damn near really my sister. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm thinking in the form of hurt. You're not thinking logically. All I know is you look just like my wife.
I don't know how to not. I don't emotionally think like that.
Okay.
So I wouldn't move just off that. Like
I would want.
I'm getting some other cheeks though because I'm hurt for sure, but not my wife's sister. Like nah.
I would want to know what it's like being an identical twin. I really would. Or what is it like to date somebody with an identical twin? Because if I'm attracted to you, wouldn't I be attracted to your identical twin?
I don't think so. Because even though identical twins obviously look identical, but they're not the same person.
Yeah, the same personality.
Yeah, so
I get that.
We could be twins, and you could say some shit, and somebody who knows us would be like, "Nigga, you ain't Jared. You sitting here playing and shit." But I know they ain't you.
But that's of us talking. That's of us talking. Imagine me and you just sitting here not saying anything, and my wife pulled up. She could be like, "Damn, they look good." Like we ain't talking. We're not interacting. Now, once
your wife better know the difference between you and your twin brother.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Not right away, no. But if this is my wife, like, nah, you can't get me confused with my brother at this point. Like,
I don't want that pressure. That's the pressure I don't want.
Nah,
that's the pressure.
Imagine the pressure you get if you confuse your wife for her twin sister,
and that might
you
be
get smoked. You can't tell me and my sister apart by now. You gonna get fucked up.
And if that's the energy that she's giving me, I will think that it's unfair. You know, depends on if you're identical. If you guys walk in here, if I'm coming from somewhere and you're already in the facility, and I get like, because they're identical doesn't mean they're 1,000% identical. There's always something different about them. Could be
you better pay attention to her hair, her eyebrows, or her fashion sense or something.
But I'm screwed if you have to pay attention to the makeup. And she goes, "Well, you know, I never wear that color eyeliner." I'm screwed.
Well, yeah, we already established a couple episodes ago you don't pay attention to your girl. So
I'm screwed.
If she got a twin, you fuck. You definitely gonna run down on that twin pussy.
I didn't know.
It's happening.
No, but I am intrigued to see how, identical twins make it work. You know what I'm saying? Do people get confused at all? It's like, are you allowed to get confused with the partner?
Well, whoever's dating the Morris twins, I don't know how they do it.
Oh, see, now when it comes to them two,
I mean, but still, like, if I'm one of them and my wife calls me my brother's name, bitch, what the fuck you calling me Marcus for? My name's Morris. Like, I'm going off on it. But you still my wife. You're supposed to be able to tell who I am. Like, nah, fuck that.
Okay, so
I can get, like, from the outside looking in, I can get how those two niggas being married, how they wife might be confused on who is who.
Oh, so why can't I get confused?
No, I can understand, but if I'm your wife, nigga, you better not get it confused.
Okay, so you understand the unrealistic expectations of women sometimes. Nigga, we look just alike.
No, I'm saying, oh, well, yeah, I get that too, but I'm saying I'm taking myself out of the equation. Yeah. If I'm not married, like, if my boy is married to twins, a twin, like, his wife, him confusing his sister for his wife is a no-go. And vice versa. If he was a twin, pretty sure that nigga be pissed if his wife got him confused with his brother. But you just
said the Morris brothers.
But if I'm the brother, no, you can't get me confused. If I'm on the outside looking in, I can understand how it can be confused. But if I'm the twin, no, bitch, you better tell. You better recognize who the fuck I am.
I get it, because twins want to be individuals so bad that they're really emotional when you get them confused.
I wouldn't say that. But
yeah, they are.
Actually, I would get pissed too, because don't take my individuality away from me because I have a twin brother. I'm still my own person.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm a twin and you keep calling me by my twin's name, I'm liable to be emotional about it because I'm me.
Yeah, you can shit. And depending on how it's done, motherfucker might even grow resentment towards they twin for that shit. Bitch, always think I'm Roger. Bitch, I ain't no fucking Roger. Fuck out of here. I'm Richard. Richard and Roger, just 40 years now. These motherfuckers still getting it confused.
That's exactly. Hey, parents, stop naming your identical twins
the similar names.
Similar name, Richard and Roger.
Yeah, like, nah, bitch, you better name that nigga Gregory and name this nigga Thomas. Hey, they ain't got shit to do with one another over here.
Niggas
man.
be named Jimmy and Jake.
Yeah, like, hey, Jimmy, Jake, You boy, get over here and hand me the remote. Like,
Hey, Jake. I'm not Jake, Pops, but I'm gonna
get your ass in here, Jake. I know what your name is. Nah, that shit can get bad. Hey, if it any identical twins out there, male or female, I want to hear how shit works for y'all. Do y'all imitate each other? Like, if I had an identical twin and we was in college, I'd be having that nigga go to class with me all the time. Straight up.
I definitely want to hear from identical twins if you out there. Have you ever tried to manipulate the system, manipulate relationships, things of that nature?
Unemployment papers.
All of that.
All that.
What we got next, man? Give me the number. Give me another nominee. Who did not win? So we've already eliminated Times Magazine
And Bryson
Tiller. Who did not win?
The next individual who shall be brought before the
Wait. Who's left? We got Tory Lanez.
No, I ran it down already. We only got two. Because if I don't want to give it away.
No, we got three.
We got two.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, we got three left?
Yeah.
What are the three? Well, what are the two you got? Only
Kamala Harris. Okay, maybe that is.
We only got two.
Okay, my fault.
Kamala Harris. God damn it. Yeah, Kamala Harris. Here you are. Bring your ass up to the front of the congregation. She was in an interview and she was asked who is her favorite or the best rapper alive. And the bitch said Tupac. Do I really need to explain anything else? Who's your favorite rapper alive? Tupac. Oh, interesting. Because he's been dead since 97. So
96.
96, excuse me. Biggie passed in 97. I always get them years mixed up. 96. So I get it. You know, like you're the black woman of the campaign and you want to have some type of relatability to the black voters or the black vote. Yeah, I listen to music. Tupac's my favorite rapper alive. Like, yeah, I see what you're doing and you shot yourself in the foot because that man is dead and has been for quite a while. I know his music keeps getting remastered and re-released and you hear him on the radio every Mother's Day. I get it. But that record is old. And so are you. What the fuck is you doing?
Now, for me, my thing is this.
What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
My thing is, a few weeks ago, she came out with the Timbs.
There was some trash-ass boots.
She came out with the Timbs, right?
She don't get no credit for that, bro. Them wasn't even the right Timbs. It wasn't the right Timbs.
That's my point. She came out with the Timbs for what? So she could show that she's down with the brown.
She's from the hood.
Yeah. And now when asked who's her favorite rapper, she goes Tupac. Oh, and then she quickly corrects herself and says, oh, Tupac passed, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to name them because it's just so many of them. But you were so quick to name Tupac.
Right.
But then you couldn't say, okay, yeah, damn, Tupac did die, but you know what I mean? I don't think she didn't even spin it off right.
This bitch listen to Ludwig Beethoven, classical composure on a regular basis. You don't know nothing about this hip hop culture.
But for me, it definitely it hurts a lot because, you know, when I first heard about Kamala, you just hear about, you know, what she was doing to black people, black men locking them up and things of that nature. And you could tell she's really out of tune with the community and what she's trying to do during this election. And it just, you know, it's embarrassing, man. So, yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, crazy. Hey, top 3 villains in a movie.
Top 3 in the movie or and TV show or separately?
You can do TV show, and I might piggyback off yours, but I just got movie.
All right, I got a mix of both.
Okay,
so
I can go with mine real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with mine. I'm not a really big movie guy, and when I say these villains are my favorite, I mean that not because of, you know, they're more noticeable, and these are my favorite. You can say yours. We can make a poll.
Let's hear it.
And you can make yours. But I'm gonna go like this in no order. The Joker.
Which Joker?
It didn't matter. I think the Joker was always
my
favorite.
Don't matter?
No. I'm just saying. I think the Joker was always just my favorite villain. I just resonated with him. Always.
I think specific Jokers matter. But go ahead.
I think all the Jokers did a great job.
I don't think so.
Which Joker was trash?
I ain't say it was trash.
Okay, which one didn't do a good job? Because that was what's it, Phil Mickelson? That was his
Phil Mickelson. That's a golfer.
What's his name? Phil what? Phil Nicholson.
I don't know who you're trying to refer to.
The Joker from the 1989.
Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
My bad. Fam, if I say Joker and Phil Nicholson, you know it's about Jack Nicholson.
I didn't know what you were trying to say. Like, you just was trying to blurt out a name. I had no idea what you were trying to say.
My bad. I got his name all butchered. Jack Nicholson. He owned that role until, you know what I mean, then
Jack Nicholson was fire.
He owned that from 89 until whenever. When did that Batman come out?
I have no idea.
The Dark Knight. I think it was called The Dark Knight.
In the 2000s?
Yeah.
I don't know what year, but it was 2000.
And what was the kid name that played that Joker? He passed
Heath
away.
Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And then he came and he took it. He owned it. He bodied it.
Was it? It wasn't any Jokers before that? That was the gap?
That was
Jack Nicholson and then Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As far as movies go, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right. And but I was just a fan of the Joker from the cartoon series since a young kid. So I just, resonated with the personality.
Jack Nicholson was that nigga at the Joker. He was funny.
So that's why I say it didn't matter, because it's like, hey,
yeah, you're right. I thought it was something in between there, but they was the only two. Then yeah, that's accurate.
But there was somebody before Jack. That was the Adam West Batman.
The TV show.
Yeah, the TV show.
That's before my time.
Yeah, right. And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna make it Thanos and Killmonger. And honestly, I mean, we was all on the Killmonger train. Like when he came, he was talking that shit. And then Thanos, y'all know I love Thanos, man. I watch Avengers for Thanos. Like, he talked that shit.
He definitely did.
Yeah, Thanos talked that shit now.
He's talking his wisdom to you while he about to kill you and shit. Bitch, don't be trying to educate me before you murder me, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Thanos can convince you why he needs to destroy half the population. And you go, you're right. Sacrifice me, Thanos.
I don't know about all that.
Sacrifice me.
It sounds good, but I still ain't let you about to do this shit. Is there any way you can guarantee I won't turn into dust, nigga? If so, then I'm on your team.
And just like you said, we're lucky that Killmonger didn't have the Infinity Stones, the gauntlet.
Nah, if he did, he would have gave us the weapons, though. Killmonger was all for empowering niggas in the hood to overthrow their oppression. So we would have been one of them niggas getting laced with vibranium fucking tanks, bitch. I'd have been running over City Hall, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, I got mine. I got so I do got Joker in mind. So I got two in the first slot. No particular order really, but I got Joker and Bane on the same bar. Because Bane from Batman was fucking a beast. Mm-hmm. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? Nah, bro, you fuck Batman up. I love when a bad guy beat the shit out of a good guy. But I don't know why, but that shit gives me a special kind of rush. So I got Joker and the Bane. I was more specifying Heath Ledger Joker, though. I kind of forgot about Jack Nicholson Joker, but he's definitely worthy of being mentioned. Next, I got Negan from The Walking Dead. And I was my boy. I never wanted to see somebody beat the shit out of somebody with a bat so bad before. Every time he was on the scene, you going to get this nigga with the bat? You going to fuck him up with the bat? And his monologues and the way he talks is like this. He's crazy. Like, this motherfucker is really crazy. If you want a good bad guy to follow, I think he debuts in the season 6 finale of Walking Dead, or season 7. And then from there, he has like 3 seasons is the way he's just terrorizing these motherfuckers and The Walking Dead. So check that out. And next, I got on the same line. It's 2 people, same line. I got Heisenberg from Breaking Bad and Omar from The Wire. Yeah, it was some of my favorite bad guys. Heisenberg was that nigga because he was smart as shit. Everybody know he was smart. He took over the whole fucking crystal meth market in the Southwest because he found out he had lung cancer. He was going to die, needed that bread so he can leave something from his family. He did whatever that he needed to do to make sure that bread got made, and I was all for it. And Omar from The Wire, well, when niggas like Heisenberg made the bread, you had stick-up boys like Omar to come and take that shit from you.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? Because even though the 2 characters you just named have villain traits, I didn't even look at them as villains. Like Omar, they were just like wild cards.
Right, well, that's because they the main character and the story centers around them, just like Ghost from Power.
Right, so is Ghost a bad guy?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is a bad guy.
I guess that's the...
Angela was the good guy. You know what I'm saying? She's the cop. She's trying to put the murdering drug dealers in jail. That nigga wasn't no bad. He was not a good guy.
I guess I didn't characterize them as good or bad.
Right. It's just when we looked at everybody that was trying to oppose our favorite characters, who was the main characters, as the bad guy, when they were literally on the same level. Like, right, ain't no good or bad guys in street niggas. Like, y'all all doing the same shit.
Right.
You
know
know
what
you
said, what's his name?
Omar?
No.
Heisenberg?
Heisenberg. I'm thinking like, yeah, he was cooking up the meth, but it was the bad guy trying to get him.
Nah, but he ended up turning into a bad guy because he started murdering niggas before niggas could get to him. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Once you make that decision, this is what I'm going to do.
If you're going to murder me and I murder you before you murder me, I'm not the bad guy.
All right, so check this out, right? Let's go back to Walking Dead, for example. So Negan, if the show followed Negan's perspective through the whole show, Rick would have been the bad guy. Because Negan only attacked Rick and them because Rick and them killed Negan's people thinking if we eliminate them first, they won't come for us. So then Negan gets word like, wait, what happened? They did what? Hey, get the homies. These motherfuckers killed one of our camps. Get these niggas rounded up so we can kill these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at it from Rick's perspective, he's the good guy because he's trying to take out the competition or the threat before they take him out. But as far as Negan though, he ain't know shit about Rick and them.
So if Rick goes out and kills a whole camp, that makes Rick a bad guy.
That does make him a bad guy, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But Rick was right though. If he wouldn't have went after them niggas would have ended up coming after them anyway.
And that's my thinking.
So he tried to hop to it to kind of slice it out.
That's my thinking. Negan would have came and got them anyway. So that's what I'm saying. If I'm going to kill you before you kill me, that does not make me the bad guy.
Yeah, but that's not how the chain of events went though.
Okay.
You can't. I mean, you like to think that, but that's not to say that's exactly how it would have happened.
Sitting in Starbucks, yeah, I would think that. But in the heat of the battle, I probably would have did all the things that they did. I mean,
right, absolutely. If I'm in a battle, what? They going to do what? Hey, let's go.
You got a decision to make.
Let's go get them niggas before they get us. But just kids and women in here. We ain't about to let them just roll up in this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But I got one more. And that is the ever powerful, influential Tony Montana.
See, that's another. He's a bad guy?
Hell yeah, he's a bad guy.
Okay. He
got a dope ass come up story, but ain't like he came to the US and fucking was mopping the floors at McDonald's to pay for his fucking bachelor's degree.
Well, actually, he tried, and that didn't work.
No, he ain't tried. He always wanted to be the man with the cocaine.
He had a job in that little.
He ain't want to work there.
I said he tried.
He probably just needed that for his PO. Yeah, bitch, I got my papers, I got my visa, and I'm working. Like, fuck out of here. Just like a nigga with a PO. Like, yeah, I work at McDonald's, but bitch, I ain't on the clock. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you, I retire.
Right. Fuck you, I retire.
I retire.
Yeah, so I got Joker and Bane.
Niggas work the day, I retire.
You just got here.
Just got here.
Fucking off the boat. So yeah, Joker and Bane, Negan from Walking Dead, Heisenberg from Breaking Bad, Omar from The Wire, and Scarface.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
You ready to get into the fuck is you doing? No.
We got one more left.
Fresher Fiasco.
Yeah.
Whew. Fresher Fiasco. Samuel L. Jackson to star in Marvel's Nick Fury series on Disney Plus. So Nick Fury is getting his own TV show on Disney Plus.
And it's an actual, it's not a cartoon show. It's an actual, like, reality
I believe
show.
so. I believe it's going to be real, like a cinematic.
Oh, that's fresh.
Type of show.
That's fresh. Yeah, it's fresh. If you follow the Marvel stories, beginning from Iron Man 1, ending with Infinity War Part 2, then you know Samuel L. Jackson has been a very solid character within those films in his role. I don't see how bringing it to a series would diminish his talent or the role any at all. I do think that with the ending of the Infinity War, Marvel kind of lost its glare a little bit. Tony Stark's dead, Captain America's old, you know, so they kind of got to revamp the image of the whole deal to kind of get you back into the story. But I think Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury is a good enough story to kind of, you know, get people involved with it. And you just got to bring people back into the fold.
I'm gonna go fresh. As a subscriber to Disney Plus, it's about time. I mean, a brother can only watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers so many times.
Chip and Dale.
And that's kind of like what we was all hyped for. We get to watch our favorite cartoons, but eventually you want some content. I don't think that Marvel fell off after the last Avengers movie. Is just COVID hit. So a lot of the movies didn't drop, which was supposed to have been dropping since May to keep the story going. But which I was kind of disappointed that they didn't drop some movies on Disney Plus. Like you can, like we all have it. And you might want to charge an extra few bucks. You can. We're all home. It's the same thing. And now I'm starting to see movies are being released into movie theaters. You know, it's a slap in the face to people. Like we don't want to go to the movies. Like we want to get out, but we don't want to go to the movies. And a lot of these companies are holding their movies and shows back because they want that theatric release. And I get it. Oh, they want to make their money. But you can make your money by releasing it on Disney Plus. I forgot which
They
movie
already
it was.
they're already losing money from the rip because movie theaters only allow a certain percentage of people to enter. So
Right.
you can't get a full house, which means you're not going to sell out of a fucking matinee film. You might sell half or a third of what you would if it was fully open. So putting the movie in the movie theaters, you're automatically losing money.
Right. And so yeah, it's fresh. Put more on Disney Plus. We are paying for it, and I'm tired of watching cartoons. Let's get to the good stuff.
I just don't even watch Disney Plus.
Fresher Fiasco, a fourth grader was suspended for having a BB gun in his bedroom during virtual learning. The 9-year-old from Louisiana had a gun displaying. He was displaying a weapon while receiving virtual education. Fresher Fiasco.
Oh, so he had like the gun up like in the camera while he was in class?
Well, what happened was he was doing virtual learning, and a sibling or another kid came, and they come into your room just being destructive, and he grabbed the gun, the kid, not the one learning, and he just sat it down. So it wasn't like, boom, I'm showing off a gun, but the kid just sat it down, and then there was some internet loss somewhere, so he couldn't really hear the teacher. The teacher couldn't communicate with the kid. Mm-hmm. So what the school did was want to expel the young kid for flashing a gun during learning time, in a sense. So that's their argument.
How old is he?
He's 9. He's 9. So they wanted to expel him because other kids can see.
Fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
He's 9. He was 19. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He ain't supposed to have that. But he's 9, and he's in his room. He ain't bring that shit to school. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like...
No, it's good. It's good. It stopped. I don't know why.
I feel like... I feel like when shit like this happens, like, people don't take they don't go the extra mile to take certain things into consideration. They just kind of sum it up. Oh, this 9-year-old had a gun in his room while he was virtually learning. Suspend him. Like, no, that ain't how you handle it. Like, just check in with the kid. Like, you're not supposed to be showing stuff like this at school. You're not supposed to have it. Yeah, I know, but my brother came in my room. He's playing my stuff. I took it from him and just put it on my desk. I didn't think anything of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like some leniency is deserved with some of these scenarios. Like, he's 9 years old, bro. Like, he's 9. What grade is he in? 5th? 4th?
4th, yeah.
No, come on, Fiasco.
Fiasco, the system continues to fail us. The laws continue to fail us. We'll talk about Breonna Taylor in a bit. But they continue to fail us to where if this was a white kid, talking would have been to the parents and it would have been smoothed out. We fall victim to the law. And the law could be that, hey, he was caught, showing off a gun during class hours. That might be the law. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to black kids, when it comes to black and brown kids, adults too, they go, well, this is the law and we have to follow the law, right? But we don't get that benefit of the doubt of, it was an accident, or let me talk to the parents to get a better understanding of what's going on. Hey, this cannot happen again. We're not going to do it this time, but this cannot happen again. It was a toy gun. This isn't that. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that we complain about, man, the laws have to change, because at the end of the day, they can always live behind that law. This is the rules. This is the rules. But we know that the rules don't apply to everybody. Mm-hmm. It's a fiasco. Now, this 9-year-old kid is damaged. He's damaged. To me, I think he will be. I think that this will stay with him as he's growing up. Now he's going, now he's going to have some issues.
Be thankful it wasn't a real gun, but it's like...
It's virtual teaching.
It's virtual teaching.
Have a conversation.
Nobody's in danger here.
Nobody's in danger. Have a conversation with the parents. And I understand that they couldn't, but eventually you could have. Right. Say, hey, listen, the kids came, somebody came in and started playing with a toy gun, and then they just put it down. That's it. He didn't come in. He wasn't showing it off. He wasn't doing none of that. It's crazy. Fresher Fiasco, Atlanta activist spent $200K in Black Lives Matter donations on his house and personal expenses.
Was he black?
Yes. I'm going to go fresh.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm going to go fresh. First off, y'all got to stop just donating the shit. Like, listen, I think they say the real Black Lives Matter. I don't know if it's the real Black Lives Matter, but one of them things, there's so many of them, they got a donation of like billions of dollars, and none of us knows where that money's going. Nobody knows.
That's the thing about donating to Black Lives Matter. what the fuck are you actually donating to? Like, what are these funds going to? What is donation of these funds like guaranteeing me or inform me of? What's the goal for these donations?
And if you're in America and you're not trying to get over, then you're not doing it the American way.
Really not.
Like people,
the American way is
the American
corruption.
way. It's corruption.
It's
Black
corruption.
people always have to do stuff the right way. A lot of the stuff that's built, a lot of the things that
These motherfuckers take everything.
Everything is stolen.
Everything.
The land is stolen. Money is stolen every day. But they'll investigate this kid. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. It was grimy for him to do it, but it's the American way. You get what I'm saying? And for the people who donated, hey, nobody told you to donate to something that you didn't know what you was donating to. If you're not trying to get over in America, then you're not trying.
Let me get this right. So we have a lot of killings that we've seen of black men in the hands by the hands of police, and it sparks all of these protests and looting and rioting and all this controversy and stuff. So when somebody says, "Hey, support my organization, the Black Lives Matter, donate however much you feel you can give," and then what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the pitch for them to receive donations? Because people just sending in your money all willy nilly. You send me money, I'm gonna spend it. But it's like, it's straight up. Like, there is.
Nigga ain't never had $200K at one time in my life.
There is deception there though, which I don't like. Like, he did deceive people because obviously they didn't donate the money for him to buy that shit for himself. But at the same time, if there was no pitch or promise or guarantee of what he was going to do with it, the fuck you thought was going to happen with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gave the nigga the money just to say I donated to Black Lives Matter, but had no idea where your money was going. That's just dumb. So buy yourself a crib and a car. Like,
for the last few months, we've had so many people donate to Black Lives Matter. Where is it going?
What is it?
I don't know.
What is it? The defund police? Is it to overthrow the government? Like, what the fuck is donations for Black Lives Matter getting anybody except for the people who are, have their hands on these accounts, some free money?
I'm going to go fresh.
I'm going Fiasco. I don't like deception.
It's the American way. We live in that.
I don't like
just
it.
because of, okay, I get it, but hey, nobody told them to donate all that money to something they didn't know they was donating to.
He knew that's what that money wasn't for that though. I don't know what the fuck he could have did with it, but he knew that shit wasn't for that.
He knew, but like I said, if you're not trying to get over in America, you ain't trying. Now, drum roll, please. Bing. And the winner for the fuck is she doing?
Can I please be blessed by the smooth sounds of JJ Icefish, please? Oh yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Bullshit.
Ass nigga, fuck is you doing? Fuck is you proving? Fuck is you doing? Bitch ass nigga, fuck is you doing? Podcast Brothers, episode 190. It's brought to you by your boy Fresco. One half of the Podcast Brothers. This week's Fuck Is You Doing is dedicated to one of the biggest imbeciles of this year, none other than Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not familiar with the controversy going on behind Tory Lanez's name, well, I don't know where the hell you have been these last few months, but let me give you a brief summary. Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, I don't remember what month it was, but they were at an event together, and they leave. They're in the car and somewhere in Hollywood, and Tory Lanez allegedly shoots Megan Thee Stallion twice, once in each foot. Tragic shit. At first, Megan didn't say anything about who it was or what happened. But according to what she was saying in her live Instagram video, when she confirmed it was Tory that shot her, she said that Tory's publicists and managers were releasing statements about a bunch of shit that wasn't true in regards to how the incident went down. So, about 2 days ago, Tory Lanez tweets and says, I apologize to my fans. There's a time to stay silent. There's a time to speak up. With that being said, stay tuned, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So long story short, he does that. He posts that, and then he releases a new album that day to clarify and explain everything that happened with that situation with Megan Thee Stallion. Here's why Fresco has not pressed play and does not intend on pressing play on Tory Lanez new album. So there are a lot of people saying, you know, you got to hear both sides of the story. His side of the story is just as important as hers and stuff like that, which holds some truth to it. And I'm not mad at that, but the nigga was better off going to Red Table Talk or something like that with Jada, right? You have Tory Lanez, who is being accused by the victim themselves, saying that you shot me. Now, I don't know where niggas live at, but when a motherfucker say somebody shot them, like, that's pretty much solid and stamped. You don't really need to investigate past that point. Like, when the victim says this person did it, pertaining specifically to shootings, you know, this person did it, then that's just kind of like, well, like, nigga, you got some explaining to do, especially now that we've seen the footage of them getting out of the car by the police ordering them out of the car. It was only 3 people in the car. And when Megan gets out, you can see bloodstains from her footprints as she's walking backwards with her hands up. So his side of the story, I would be more inclined to listen to his side of the story if he wasn't profiting off of it. I'm not about to add to this man's streaming numbers while he explains what went down with this scenario. I don't really care for his side of the story. And if he does give it, I don't want to hear it in musical form to whereas he's going to benefit from it in the end. Like, nah, he's just trying to capitalize off the attention surrounding his name for shooting a black woman in the feet. Like, that's just not cool to me. I think if it was me and I was in this situation, I probably would have started off doing the same shit he did, not saying shit to nobody, not on social media, shutting the fuck up, and just taking it all in and figuring out how I need to move in this madness. I probably would have hit up somebody with a lit podcast, Joe Budden. I would have went on The View or some shit, you know what I'm saying, and had a sit down conversation and explain things to where it's better understood. When you just put music out, like you might be explaining it, but it's more about you and the music as opposed to the situation. And I can't in good conscience press play on that shit, knowing that if you did shoot this woman, but you might be lying on every fucking song that you talk about the scenario in. But I done put money in your pocket because I actually took the time to listen to you explain your side of this situation. Listen, man, the only things that he can say that would make me change my mind about that situation is that she was about to shoot me or she was sucking my dick and she was about to bite my nuts off. Like, for those 2 reasons, yeah, you can shoot a bitch in the foot. Other than that, nah. No, not at all. So, and for the gentlemen who seem to be offended at people who tell them, like, yo, you want some bullshit for listening to Tory Lanez, but then turn around and talk about defending black women. Y'all, everybody's up in arms and upset about the ruling of the Breonna Taylor investigation. And then a few days later, you niggas turn right around and you say that, well, maybe he didn't really shoot her. There's got to be more to it. Let me listen to his side of the story. For what? She said he shot me. What the fuck? I don't see why she would lie about that. I honestly do not. I honestly don't. If he's not the trigger man, I don't see why she places him or names him as the trigger man. So just that alone was enough for me. And he on the album, I had a nigga tweet me talk some. How she get shot in the foot and it's like 33 bones in your foot and tendons and none of them got hit. Nigga, I don't know. And I don't give a fuck. That don't mean she ain't get shot. Fuck is you talking about? So, for all of that mention, Tory Lanez for dropping an album in the midst of all this black on black violence controversy, and for you know, seemingly playing into what's been happening to black people since the beginning of time. And for you to be such a high profile person in this type of scenario with another high profile person who is just getting her feet wet with her stardom and trying to climb that ladder to superstardom, the same week that Breonna Taylor investigation was basically stated that we're going to lock the cops up for the holes in the wall, the bullets that got into the wall, and not the bullets that entered this person. That's a heavy week of information for you to come through and drop an album after shooting a black woman, bro. So, Tory Lanez, we would all love to know, what the fuck are you doing? You did.
Oh, shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, he's got to have the stupidest team around him, right? Let me add on to that, right? So allegedly, he can't speak on the situation because there's
an open investigation, right?
But he basically rapped and sung the
whole shit,
everything,
right?
Everything that you wanted
based on the excerpts that I read. I didn't listen to.
That's a fact because I didn't listen to it either. But just looking at the highlights that I see from the clips and the websites, he's basically saying he didn't do it,
right?
Which he could have said from day
one. When they won, right?
So basically, you're telling the world that
you're just discrediting her and picking apart her story. You know what I'm saying? But again, you could have been said, "Yo, I didn't do that. She's lying."
And I wouldn't care about my lawyer would get fired. No, what you're not going to do is tell me not to say that I didn't do it.
Right.
I think that I really don't know how the law system works, but if I say I didn't do it, why can't I speak on it? I'm not incriminating myself.
Right.
It's a difference if I said, yeah, I did it,
and I'm going to talk about how I did it.
How I did it.
Right.
Right. That's different. But if I'm like, yo, I didn't do it,
and I'm talking about how I didn't do it, but then you got to be careful with that too because the devil's in the details. So. You watch Power, this motherfucker take one word that you say and flip it, and now it's in their favor.
I'm just saying I didn't do it. That's all I'm saying.
But no, that's fine. But again, the devil's in the details. So if you go past saying I didn't do it, you could trip yourself up.
He's got to be careful of what he says afterwards.
Right.
I get it. But you dropped 12, 15? 17 song album, and I'm pretty sure you talked about that on every song.
Right.
So you've said a lot.
That nigga about to only tour in Canada. Bitch, ain't no clubs in the U.S.
And just like you brought up with the Breonna Taylor situation, and like I was speaking about with the little young fourth grader, we just got to learn the law. And I think that dealing with Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman, listening to that case and why George Zimmerman got away with it, it's stuff you have to prove.
Right.
You can't prove certain things, and the law is not on our side. Just like with the young kid that was suspended for having a gun during school hours, a BB gun during school hours. The law is not on our side, and we need to learn the law. And I think that waiting so long just to tell the people that they're not going to charge the cops was it was just emotional for people because it was never going to go down like that anyway.
Right.
You know, everybody's message is arrest the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor. But when you actually look at the investigation, that they was never investigating that. That was never part of the investigation.
Nope.
Also with Tory Lanez, it was just like, yo, we want to hear it. You got 5. It's like the new diss record. Yo, you got 2 days to reply, my guy.
Right.
We're not waiting 2 months for a diss record. You got 2 days and you lost.
Yep.
When it came out that it happened, fam,
you should have said, no, I didn't.
Immediately.
No, I didn't.
Not wait months and then say, I apologize to my fans. I got an announcement to make at 9 p.m.
I'm dropping the album. Now, I get it. Also, the date that he dropped the album has significant meaning to him. It's the day that his mom died, which is also her birthday also. And the album is named after him. Like, that's his birth name, which is a dumbass
And the album has nothing to do with his mother.
It has nothing to do with his mom.
Now, if he dropped an album dedicated to his mother, that's different.
Right.
But my issue is not that you're dropping music. It's that you could not talk about the situation for months, but yet the album is about the entire situation.
Right. Yeah.
We're already fed up with you. You ever just want to know
it's too late, bro. I don't like you.
You ever just like, I already don't like you.
Right.
It's like,
but let me tell my side of the story though, bro. Bro, I don't care.
You might be right. You might really be innocent, but you done pissed me off for like 3 months. Now I don't even care.
Right.
Also, me personally, I've never been invested in Tory Lanez. He's not my favorite rapper. So I don't know what he does. Did he sing or rap?
He does both, but I wouldn't really call that singing. It's more like T-Pain and 3.0. Like, I don't believe that nigga sound like that in concert He can rap, though. He could definitely rap.
I've yet to have one of my favorite artists do something dumb. So I don't know what it's like to have to disown somebody who, like, it gives you life when you listen to their music. Yeah. I don't know what it's like. So when an artist does something dumb, it's easy for me to disconnect because I never cared about them anyway. Tory Lanez is 5'2". He had a gun on him for some reason. Now, when you follow Tory Lanez's career,
if I was 5'2", I have a gun too, all the time.
Okay. But when you follow his career a little bit and you hear things about him, you know what I mean? You can tell that he does have that short man complex.
Napoleon
complex. And he wants to be Tupac or whatever so bad. I don't know that situation, but when you're phony and fake your entire career and something crazy happens, the real gonna call you out.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen, fam.
Imagine if Jay-Z shot Beyonce in the foot. Like,
fam, it won't happen.
Bruh.
It's just like, it's hard to imagine
Bruh.
because shit like that don't happen.
This nigga shot Megan in the foot. I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of niggas that want to shoot that club up. But anybody gonna actually shoot Megan Thee Stallion, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Regardless, if this was his mother's birthday and his mother's passing, rest in peace to his mother. It's a sad situation. It's still bad timing. You got to check the room. We have
gotta
to know.
read the room, man.
You got to read the room.
And
because he didn't read the room, definitely.
Honestly, I think he read the room. I think his team of whatever the fuck they call themselves, they read the room too. And everybody green lighted it.
I think it's like this though, and I'm gonna make it real quick. I think that, and I'm just hearing from what he said in the songs. I didn't listen to the album, but apparently he's lost like tens of millions of dollars in this situation.
He gonna lose more.
Lawyers are very expensive, so he had to find a way to pay for these lawyers.
Yeah, you better go find Joseph Proctor, nigga. Davis McLean.
Now Davis McLean, that nigga, man. Davis McLean getting it done. Proctor dead, fam.
He is dead meat.
So yeah, man. It is what it is, man. Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor, man.
Tory Lanez, turn in your passport, bro. You can't tour in America no more.
Yeah, we could find another Tory Lanez. He's nobody special, fam.
Could you imagine this nigga? You know what? I think this nigga is ignorant enough to do a tour and actually go to Houston and perform.
This nigga said Jay-Z just don't like him because he got his own masters. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, who are you?
Well, I mean, Jay-Z cut off Chris Brown after the whole Rihanna thing, too.
Well, Rihanna and Chris Brown. Well, no, I'm saying, yeah, cut them off, but he's saying that the situation, like Chris Brown and Rihanna situation happened. Like, we know how it happened.
Right.
He's saying that it's a setup from Roc Nation because he owns his masters, meaning that they got a hit out on him. Like, he didn't shoot Meg. It's just Roc Nation got a hit out on him because he owns his masters.
And they ain't never had no beef before, right?
Yeah, I don't. He says, I'm
how the fuck does that equal you shooting her in the foot? Like, shouldn't you be one shot in the foot? If Roc Nation had it out for you?
That nigga own his masters? Kill
yeah.
that nigga.
Oh, that nigga got his masters.
I'm not going to put my...
Tell him to shoot Megan in the foot. The fuck?
I'm not going to put my best artist, one of my, you know what I mean, my latest artist, the best female rapper in the game today in jeopardy to get a toes shot off when her best move is to twerk shit. I need her twerking.
All the time. All the time.
You know what, man? Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Tory Lanez is such a dickhead, man. He gets it twice, man.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And I saved this one. I could have been gave him this. But, you know, he didn't help himself with the apologies to my fans tweet. I don't think you got that many these days. His side of the story.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you
Let Megan Thee Stallion have been one of y'all cousins.
What the fuck are you doing, bro?
You ain't gonna want to hear that side of the fucking story.
Bullshit.
Hey, Tory Lanez shoot my sister in the foot. Hey, let me see what he got to say first on why it happened. Fuck
At the end of the day,
he ain't gonna have no teeth to talk.
At the end of the day, fuck what your lawyers talk. Fuck anybody that said not to say nothing, fam. They're
because
burying you
you
out
did
here.
it anyway.
But come out. You're not gonna tell me not to talk. Everything's on the line. Nigga, you can't, like, I'm losing $10 million and you want me to be quiet? How am I supposed to afford you, nigga?
Right.
Hey, I'm getting
Right.
got any ended episode shout outs, episode 190.
Shout out my baby girl Rory. Shout out to Chop Hospital. Shout out the nurses at Chop Hospital. Shout out to everybody out there with $1 in a dream. Shout out to all the podcasters. Shout out to bro. Shout out the rest of my bros. Shout out my sis moms. Happy birthday, nephew. Jabri just turned 19. It's a good look. I'm going to whoop you on Fortnite, you dig? Shout out to all the potheads. You feel me? Sundays is the best days to get you smoking. You feel me? It's supposed to be a nice, relaxing, calm day. Get yours. And shout out to me for being as strong as I fucking am. You feel me?
Yep. And this was episode 190 of the Podcast Brothers. Peace out.
Deuce.